Hi, this is a 6-month review of the Ford MegaRexx Raptor. When I first purchased this truck, I never even knew it existed. I was looking for a Ford F250 and this showed up in my searches. So once I laid eyes on it, I just had to have it. It's not a practical truck, but for what I use it for, is pretty practical. But I didn't buy it to be a practical truck. I bought it because I just like the look of the truck and I wanted a new truck, and I wanted a Ford F250 that didn't look like everybody else's Ford F250. So when I came across this, and I say this is one badass truck and I have to have it. Just look at it. The pictures and the videos doesn't do it justice. I looked at a lot of YouTube videos looking at the truck, but when it showed up, it actually looked better in person than it does in the videos. The truck had 46-inch tires. It came with the Army mud tires. As you see, I changed over to an Allterrain tire, which is very hard to find. I actually end up having to import them from China. I was worried that it was going to take away the look of the original truck, but it actually looks pretty good with the tread pattern. It actually goes with the truck very well, as you can see, and it quiets it took away the hum that it has from having the mud tires on there. For the mud tires that was on there, when you get the stock truck, not stock truck, but when you get the truck delivered, it will have like a rumble roll, as all mud tires do. A lot of guys are used to it, so it's no big deal. I don't take my trucks in the mud. I use them. I'm in construction, so I use them for construction, and this is more of my second extra truck, which I have a Ford F350 standard truck that I use for work, and this is more for if it breaks down or needs service, then I use this as a backup, which I try not to. And then I also have a store where we sell exercise equipment and electric scooters, so we use the truck to transport products back to the store and deliver to customer houses if needed. I added a few little things to the truck myself, just minor stuff. Like under here, I actually added an air tank, not for the air horn, but more for if I catch a flat tire. I would rather fix it myself than to try to find a tow truck that can actually tow this size of a truck. And if they do, it's going to be a pretty penny, because no regular flatbed is going to tow this truck. So the little things I added was for the license plate with a fold so it can fit there and bend upwards. Just something small. I actually added sensors into the front bumper for if anybody walks in the front, mainly because one time I pulled up at a gas station and an attendant just walked right in front of the truck, and with the height of the truck, I didn't see him until the last minute, and didn't hit him or anything, but it just made me think ahead and say just put sensors in the front just so that never happens again. I actually added mud flaps just to stop the rocks from kicking out towards the truck and other cars. Like if you don't put them on the front, they'll start kicking right towards the back here and put little rock hits on your truck. Then I put them in the back just so I'm not throwing rocks at other cars. And I add this little logo. It's actually off of a emblem off of a older model truck. I just like the look of it and felt that this was too much empty real estate without having anything on it, so I kind of added that there just to take out some of the white. Also, I upgraded my back lights to LED lights, and I just added these little 4x4s at first to cover up one rock hit, and then it ended up looking good, so it was like a plus having it. I just added these little decals on here, and I just changed the color of the MegaRexx from white to light gray, medium gray. But back to the tires. The stock tires that comes with them, they're military grade tires. They will have like a little rumble when you first roll off, and then they quiet out after you're moving past 5 miles an hour. Then you don't feel them. And so for guys who like taking their trucks off-road, which this truck was built for, those would work out fine with the truck. Once you get up to top speed, or not top speed, but once you get up to a speed above 45 miles an hour, you'll start to hit them hum a lot on a highway. And once you get up to 60, 65, they really start to hum a lot. And so because I don't go off-road riding at all, I prefer street tires. So adding these street tires actually almost doubled my gas mileage from adding these tires, and it took out all the hum, and the truck rides across the highway much smoother. So I like the fact of being able to have these tires, which I thought it was hopeless to even find them, because nobody makes all-terrain tire once you get past 37 inches, and everything is mud tires from there. The only other thing I added was this little black flag. Usually I just add my own little personal touches to any truck, just so it won't look like everybody else's. Not that this truck looked like anybody else's in my area. So far I love the truck. It rides good, it sounds good, and look at it, it's a badass looking truck. One of the other things I noticed for stepping in and out of the truck, it is a high step. What I tell people to do, the same way you get in is the same way you get out, meaning that coming out, I see a lot of people, they come out forwards and jump off, then you can get hurt, or it's not as comfortable coming down. It's easier just to turn backwards and step out the same way you stepped in, and it's a much easier getting in and out of the truck without feeling you got to jump off of it to get back out of it. And with this truck is, it will cost a lot of attention. When I got it, I got it just because I like the look of the truck, and I wanted something different from everybody else's truck. And look at it, it is different from anybody else's truck. I didn't think everybody else would like it as much as I do, but no matter where I go, people are giving thumbs up, taking pictures and videos, honking the horns, showing how much they like this truck. And one day I had a cop follow me, and I'm thinking I'd done something wrong, but he followed me, and I went into a parking lot, followed me into the parking lot, and he only did it because he just wanted to get a closer look at the truck and take pictures to show his buddies. So it is one eye-catching truck. No matter where I go, people are taking pictures. So if you're getting one, you have to get used to the attention of having something like this, because everybody look at it, and most people have never seen anything like this before, which I haven't seen anything like it before until it just happened to show up on a YouTube search. Little thing with these tires, like I said, it was hard finding tires to fit this truck, and I had to import them from China. The only thing I had to do to make them ride right is, China don't have the same standards as the US, so some of these tires will come where they're not perfectly round, but I found one tire company that True Tires, and True Tires meaning they will leave the tire on the truck, spin the wheel, and a shaving machine would shave these tires to they're perfectly round. So when I first put them on, they did have a lot of out of balance, which I thought it was just a balance, and balance speeds didn't help. And it's hard to get anybody to put weights on these. Nobody around here can balance these tires. They don't have a machine big enough to balance 46-inch tires, so everybody say you got to throw balance speeds in them. So I did have the guys throw balance speeds in, and then I had them take it back out, because the balance speeds on this size tire, it would ride right sometimes, and sometimes they would get caught up in the tire in the wrong position, then it'll ride out of balance. So it kind of goes back and forth. So the company that actually true the tires, they actually do speed balance while the tires are still on the truck, and so they can balance them that way. And there's not many tire places that do that anymore. So I was lucky enough to find a place that can true the tires and balance these tires. Now the truck rides on a highway like a stock truck. It rides real smooth and quiet now with the tires. Not knocking the mud tires, it's just like I said, I don't go off-road riding, so I prefer to have a quiet ride than to have those knobby tires rumbling while I'm on a highway. So it makes it more comfortable to do long trips and everything as well. Whereas the mud tires, if you don't get used to them, you know, they'll start to get annoying on a highway. Once you get up to 65, 70 miles an hour, they'll start howling like crazy. But a lot of guys actually like that noise. I'm just not one of them. So I prefer these tires. On the inside of the truck is just really a standard F250 lariat truck. 12-inch screen, everything is stock. You got the full panoramic sunroof, black leather interior, and I actually changed out my sills and put the platinum lighted sill plates in, because they don't make one for the lariat, so I just had to retrofit these onto the truck, just cutting some wires, finding the right wires, and put the platinum on there. And so far I'm enjoying the truck. I pretty much take it anywhere. Once in a while I take it for estimates and everything, or you know, have no problem going through drive-throughs or anything like that. But I do have other vehicles, so if I'm, you know, going to a supermarket or anything like that, I prefer to take the car. Otherwise I have to park in the back of the parking lot, because you're not getting this big thing in between a couple of cars. So, you know, if it's your only ride, then yeah, it'll be a challenge with some places. If you're going into like small towns and trying to find parking, you're not finding parking with this. But I'm in construction, so for me it is a practical truck, because I use it for transporting my products back to the store and delivering goods to customers. And if my other work truck goes down, I use this as a temporary ride for my construction work until my other truck is out of the service department. And you know, then we go back into using a work truck for the work truck, and this is just more of a backup truck and more of my, as I say, my toy truck. Wasn't bought to be practical for me. It was bought because I just like the truck. I grew up with all kind of motorcycles and all kind of toys, and for me it's just my nice truck toy, but it's also, you know, practical for what I use it for. But I didn't buy this truck to be practical. I bought it because, well, look at it. It's a badass looking truck. We'll add some pictures to showing this truck in different lights and settings, because like I said, this videos and pictures doesn't do this truck justice. So I'll put up a few pictures just showing different settings so you can see the truck, and maybe get a couple of aerial views and if I can. Like to talk about the adjustments on the MegaRexx when you first get your truck. There are a few adjustments you can make to, you know, to get the ride according to what you like. You have the adjustment on your shocks. You have adjustments on your stabilizers that you can do to make the truck more comfortable for the type of ride you want. And also with the air in the tires, like when I first got my truck with the military tires on there, you know, they was aired up to about 70 pounds, 75 pounds of pressure. So hitting any little bumps, the truck kind of bounced around on a highway, in the regular roads, hitting bumps. So The air pressure that I found was good for this truck with the military tires on it was like right around 45, between the 45 and 55 pounds. Then the truck will coast over bumps and you won't feel the truck bouncing, especially in the back. If you keep the back down to like 45, around the 45, the front, so you can go up to 55 and it will cushion over the bumps much easier. Also on the bottom, which I didn't even know this truck had it, I was gonna switch out the stabilizers and found out I already had the Fox adjustable stabilizer with the 12 clicks for adjustments. So if you get your truck and it's you know, you feel a lot of play in the in your steering wheel when you hit bumps, you can just turn the clicks up. It'll probably, mine's came set at like I think it's 24 clicks. I'm not sure, 12 or 24. Mine's was set like in the middle, I think like right around 12 or something like that. So I cranked it all the way up to 24. And if that's not enough, there's actually another little air valve on there that you can turn it up even more to get it to get the steering to stiffen up. What you'll see is a little reservoir right on the back of it. You can tighten that up and it will, you know, tighten up the steering even more. If you find your truck bouncing too much, there's actually another adjustment right there. You can tighten that up and it'll, you know, stiffen up the bounce a little bit more. They are on the front and on the back. Those are your reservoirs. So those are just a few little pointers just to change the comfort of your ride, so to say. So when I added those little adjustments, it actually smoothened things out. You know, like I said, when I first got it, started hitting bumps on a freeway, and the whole back started kind of bouncing on the bumps because of the tire pressure. And so you know, you want to find your right tire pressure for you. Also, I did add one other thing on here, which was pretty nice. I found this little cover online for air. So instead of retrofitting something, it's a company online that makes this little airport. You can just pop your little airport in there, and it got a nice little air cap on there. And so I got that tied into, of course, my air compressor underneath for airing up and airing down my tires when needed, or doing a tire, you know, flat repair if I have to. On the mud flaps, what I added, once I put these mud flaps on, I added this little bar right here just to stop this mud flap from ever swaying and getting bunched up in the tire. I just added this little piece of metal on the fronts and on the backs just to stop that from ever happening. And the way I got these front mud flaps on, I had to add a bar and then connect the mud flaps to this bar, because otherwise there's nowhere really to attach these mud flaps. So that solid metal there to tap into, so I got self tappers going into there, and then just made holes to put my mud flaps on, and then of course another rod to stop the flaps from ever flapping forward and getting caught up in my tires. So just a few little add-ons and a little adjustments to get your MegaRexx right for you. This little video going through the drive-through McDonald's. Usually I'll take the outer lane just so I don't have to squeeze in. Clears the roof. These roof heights pretty good and not bad on, you know, reaching the counter to get your food or pay at the pay window. Got a long line, so I'm gonna cut this one short. Continuation of the drive-through in a long line, but now we're moving. Hi. All right. Can I get some ketchup too? Thank you. This is a shot just showing how this MegaRexx will fit in a garage. This is not a standard door. It's an 8-foot wide by 9 feet tall door. So it fits in there. Just have to close the mirrors when going in, but get in and out with no problem. So you can get it into your garage, but not a regular standard 8x7 door. But when I ordered it, I thought I was gonna have to widen the opening some, but it ended up working out. Here I just want to show some pictures of the MegaRexx in different areas. Like it appears different in, depending on where you park in a light. So I kind of gathered a few pictures just to show. This is where I deliver scooters from my store when we have to. And this is where I'm getting the tires changed. So you can see the height difference from the Chevy next to me, or whatever that is. And the Ford F-150. Here's a shot with one of my friends sitting in the truck to kind of see the size of the truck from a person being inside. And it's just a sunny day at the back of the store. So this truck is not for everyone. It's an F250, so it drives like a truck. So if you're coming from a car and never had a truck, then it may be a drastic change. If you're just coming from a car going into a truck, you're probably better off starting out with a F-150, where you will notice a drastic change from going from a car to a truck like this. People that already have trucks, they won't notice too much of a difference because they're already used to driving big trucks. But if you're thinking about changing from a car to a truck, then you're probably better off with an F-150, because that's like driving a car anyway. F-250s on up, and you'll feel the difference of a real truck. F-150 is just a car with a truck shell on it. Drives, feels just like a truck, just like a car. All right, thanks for watching, and this is the review of a Ford MegaRexx. Thanks to the guys down at MegaRexx for doing a great job on this truck. I love it. It's my dream truck that I never knew existed. And thanks for watching.